cybernetic machines. You can do such great things with them. And he always ends with the entire time. He is like a lame, emaciated Vader, chat. It is incredible. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
This has only just begun.
The movie opens up in 15th century France, chat. It's the early 1400s, chat. And we are seeing the James McCullen. James McCullen, chat, he's being dragged into a French gulag, chat, a prison, if you will, a torture chamber. Apparently, James McCullen, chat, in the war between France and Britain, or whatever, the British kingdoms, I'm not sure, he was selling weapons, chat, not to the British, to fucking both sides. He's a goddamn war criminal, chat. He was selling, which I'm like, what weapons are you selling in the 15th century, chat? Swords and bows and arrows and crossbows? Is that it? It felt like they were trying to comment on, you know, real world politics, you know, just like global conflicts. You have all these fucking weapon dealers influencing the world, all these goddamn paramilitary companies, chat, like Blackwater. But let's comment it on, like, in the 15th century. It just felt muskets. It's just like, it was just fucking weird shit to me. So maybe thank you. Or excuse me, Darcy, thank you for the 5 days. What's a weird way to establish? It's a very weird. I was like, wait a minute, is this a G.I. Joe film? I'm like, well, are we going back in the past? Was this the first Joe? Was the Joes? That would have been the fucking reveal, chat. It's like, G.I. Joe, the first Joe wasn't American. He was a Frenchman. I've been like, no, America. People have been very upset, chat. Darcy, thank you for 5 days. What's a weird way to say it? Oh, no, exactly. Established movie. Oh, Bat Chills, thank you for the 5 days. He had Stark Tech, apparently. I don't find Marlon Wayne's funny. I don't find him funny at all either, Summer Baby. That's what I'm saying. If you're relying on him for your comic relief, you made a mistake in the filmmaking process. I could say that. Easy welcome to stream. The movie was so bad it was good. Exactly. If there's some good stuff in here because it was so bad, and also just some fun action sequences. That's why I'm not gonna give this movie like, oh, it's terrible, fuck you rating or some bullshit. It's not that, chat. It's not that. I'm kind of playing my hand already, telling what my review, what my rating's gonna be. But we gotta go on this journey first. And so we're following James McCullen, chat. And he was selling weapons to the French and to the British, chat. And the French, they got their hands on him and are like, fuck you. And James McCullen, they drag him in this torture chamber, chat, like it's medieval times and shit. And he's just like, you know, curses be upon you, France. You may kill me here, but my sons and their sons after, they will get vengeance for me. And the guy, chat, the French torture chamber guy, he says, oh, we're not gonna fucking kill you, James McCullen. We're gonna force you to walk the earth and remind you of your sins, being an evil weapons dealer. So hopefully your family will change their ways. There will be destruction on you, because it's Destro, chat. His name is Destro, so he said destruction weird, which I'm like, that was a weird fucking reference. And he goes, well, what are you going to do to me? And he's like, we're going to put you in this molten metal masks, which sounds horrifying. I'd be like, fuck that. Just kill me. And so they've been cooking. They've been cooking this metal mask. Yeah, it looks like Destro's mask from the original series. They've been cooking it, and they got it on the coals and stuff, and they bring it over to him, and they go, he's like, ah! And it's on his face. And then we transition. We immediately transition, chat. It is the distant year, chat, of 2009. And James McCullen's ancestors, chat, his like the 17th James McCullen of the McCullen clan, he has promptly ignored the warnings of France to, hey, don't be a weapons dealer, and he is dealing weapons, chat. That's his family's, that's how they made their fortune, chat. They are the #1 manufacturer of weapons and defense across the world, chat. Oh, 70% of countries of their armament, chat. Their armament is made from Mars. That's his name of his company, chat, which is like Mars. That's kind of, I thought it was going to be named Cobra. It's not, chat. The rise of Cobra will happen though. And so McCullen Industries, they specialize in weapons of mass destruction, chat. Like fucking, they have a new thing that they're doing. He's at the NATO, chat, and NATO's just like, yeah, we need more weapons to establish more peace. He's like, gotcha, NATO. And he has a new weapon, chat, nanomachines, which these fuckers can do absolutely anything the plot requires. They can do anything, chat, where you can fire them at a tank and they eat the tank. They dissolve the tank in a matter of fucking seconds. It doesn't take any time, chat. And you have any piece of metal on you, they're gonna eat that shit. You can inject them to people and they fucking melt. They can reprogram people to make them kind of like zombie automatons. They can give you a new personality. They could do anything. They could transform your face. I'm like, what can these things not do, chat? What can they not do? Make a good movie. That was the thing they couldn't do, chat, sadly. And McCullen's like, well, I got the first batch of nanomachines. They call them nanobots, chat. I like to use the word nanomachines. I like saying it. Nanomachines, which he has conveniently put inside of missiles. Because I need you to transport these from, I don't know. They're transporting them somewhere, chat. I don't know why don't he was fucking flying. I guess the terrorists can get them. The terrorizers, chat, the terrorizers. They could get a hold of these nanomachines. And so in order to transport them to a safer location, we need the best goddamn soldier in these United States of America. And or two soldiers, excuse me. I mean, the two best soldiers in these United States of America. Who are those soldiers, chat? Charming Potato, also known as Channing Tatum, and Marlon Wayans, chat. Marlon Wayans, because as you all know, chat, this was still back in the day. I guess we still see it to a degree, but not as much now, chat. Not as much. But we need our default standard white male character who does not have a personality, and to make up for his lack of personality, chat, we need a funny black guy. So Marlon Wayans, you're up. And Marlon Wayans promptly said, yes, I will be the funny black man, and I will run around, and I will scream, and I'll crack jokes that are not funny, because my white brother, he's doing nothing. He's just doing nothing. He's just kind of standing there looking forlorn. And man, a lot of forlorn looks in this movie from Charming Potato, chat. But, Marlon Wayans, he's attempting to bring the funny. And so they're transporting the nanomachine, chat, in this military detail, chat. We got fucking, Humvees and shit. Which anytime you see like a line of Humvees moving down a road, like a goddamn dusty trail, it's like, those are going to blow up. Any movie you think of, chat, even good ones. Like anytime you see just a line of Humvees and people are having a normal conversation, just like, hey, how's the kids? Oh, the kids are great. Explosion's about to happen, chat. And the dad who's talking about his kids is going to be filled with shrapnel, chat. And he'll never see them. That's a fucking death sentence. It's like, this is just it's too tropish now. It's way too tropish. And so we're having one of those very natural conversations, chat, between Marlon Wayans and Charming Potato. And Marlon Wayans, he's trying to get Charming Potato to join the Air Force because, Marlon Wayans is like, this shit is just too dangerous for us, man, okay? I know we're the best of the best of the best, but I want to relax a little bit. But Charming Potato, chat, Channing Tatum, who's also, his name is Duke in the movie. Marlon Wayans is Ripcord. I assume Duke is the main character of G.I. Joe. I don't know. You guys in the chat will know better than I would. And then Marlon Wayans plays Ripcord, chat. I don't know what a Ripcord is, but there you go. And he wants Charming Potato to join the Air Force, but fucking Charming Potato wants to be in the fight. He's got to be in the fight. And Marlon Wayans is like, man, you gotta stop trying to kill yourself. He's kind of like the Riggs, Chad. Remember Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson, Riggs? He's kind of has got that mindset where he's always put himself into very dangerous situations, Chad, because he's dealing with so much guilt. And Marlon Wayans telling me, man, you got to drop that, okay? It wasn't your fault what happened. It wasn't your fault what happened. And then boom! There's explosions. This is the first of many explosions that will happen in this film, chat. There are so many in this movie that some of the action scenes kind of blend together. There are some good action scenes, though. We have an explosion, chat, because this advanced hovercraft plane thing is attacking the Humvees, chat, and it's blowing them up with sonic boom gun. And I love this scene because they also have a helicopter detail above them, chat. These Apache attack helicopters, and they're trying to defend the Humvee. And there's this one actor. For those of you who see this movie, there is David Madison. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well today. There is this one actor in the film who's flying a helicopter, and he is the worst. He gives fucking Channing Tatum a run for his money, where he is the worst actor in the first, I'd say, 20 minutes. Where, thank you, these goddamn Quinjet. It's a Quinjet. Well, technically, chat. G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra came out before the Avengers, so fucking the Avengers ripped off G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, chat. So I gotta give him the point. But these fucking Quinjets, if you will, they're firing their sonic boom. Everyone has a sonic boom weapon. These sonic boom weapons at the Apache helicopter, and they're just like folding them like tinfoil, chat, like they're nothing. The pilots are no parachutes. I will say this, chat. I did admire the fact, Stranger Shoot, good to see you. I did admire that this movie is quite violent, because people get fucked up in this film. Like, people are getting stabbed in the gut, people are having their heads pop, and that was fun. Like, I was like, man, if you just have like a little more blood in here, you could make this an R rating. You can break this, you can have this an R-rated movie. I was impressed by that. Thank you, Batches with the 5 Biddies. G.I. Joe technically exists in the Marvel Universe. Really, I didn't know that. Wow, now it does. But there's this one Apache helicopter who was just like, we're gonna defend you, Duke. And like his last line, Chad, he's the last Apache helicopter in the goddamn sky. And right when the fucking Quinjet locks onto him, he's like, oh God, no. And then it fucking hits him. But that is his delivery. It's not like, oh my God, no. Like, you know, like, oh, you're gonna die. He's like, oh my God, no. And then he blows up. Absolutely hilarious. I loved his death. Was it Mr. Plinka? I think it was Mr. Plinka, chat. And he goes down. And all the helicopters, chat, apparently the Quinjet perfectly lined up how he destroyed the helicopters, because each one falls in a Humvee except for Charming Potato and Marlon Wayne's, chat, because they have plot armor at this point in the movie. They lose that fucking plot armor in the sequel, though, and they cannot die. And they're trying, and the thing is, they have the secret nanomachine chat in their Humvee, but Marlon Wayne's, his legs all fucked up, and, you know, Channing Tatum, he's got to save his boy, and so he gets Marlon Wayne's out, and he takes him to safety, chat, puts him on a tree or something. Meanwhile, chat, the Quinjet opens up, and this basically this Black Widow knockoff, chat, the Baroness, who I suppose is a Cobra character. She's with Cobra from the animated show, and you know, it's very, very, she's got glittery boobs. I noticed that, chat, on her armor. By the way, all the female characters, chat, prominent cleavage in you know, when they're fighting, which is, you know, it's fine. But for whatever reason, chat, the rest of her armor is just typical, kind of matte. It's pretty much like matte black, chat, so there's no really shine to it, except her bosom region has like these sparkles all around it, so your eye line's always at that. Now, it could be used for common situations, chat. If I'm fighting the Baroness, you know, I could be distracted by her bazungas, and then she stabs me, which she promptly does to many people in this movie. She stabs them in the eye a lot. And so she goes down there, chat, and she grabs the nanomachines. But oh, fuck, who does she see, chat? Charming Potato. And her and Charming Potato lock eyes, and he goes, Anna? So it's establishing, chat, that Duke, Channing Tatum's character, has a previous relationship with this character, chat, of Anna at this point. Not called the Baroness, but we find out she's the Baroness. And she's like, "Hey, Duke," and then they start fighting, Chad. They start fighting, but they're kind of like it's like, I'm not trying to hurt you, just kind of find out what the hell's going on and all this shit. Meanwhile, I will say this: the Cobra soldiers in this movie, Chad, are pretty competent. They're like these Frankenstein robot monsters when they're walking around, like all the surviving members of Charming Potato's unit, chat. They all huddle up and they all start firing at these guys, like launching grenades and rockets and shit. And these guys are just soaking up the ammo, chat, like nothing's affecting them, and they're just blasting everybody, chat. They're killing all of Channing Tatum's people. And Marlon Wayans, he's cracking jokes in the background. He's like, I'm trying to help, but he's not helping, Chad. He's just cracking jokes. But it's okay, though, because before Channing Tatum is killed by I guess technically they're not Cobra at this point. They're just these soldiers. The Joes show up, chat. The Joes show up, and we're introduced to a couple of Joes, chat. One Joe is called Scarlet, chat. She has a crossbow. It's like an electronic crossbow, chat, where she fires it, and the crossbow bolt like goes inside of people and explodes them from the inside out, which is kind of cool. It has like a rewind. I don't know how this works. It has a rewind feature where she's able to look at footage and then target the person, even though they don't, I don't know how it works. Target the person in rewound footage, and it makes their way to that person and kills them. And that also goes inside people's heads and explodes their heads. It's pretty violent. You have another guy, chat, called Heavy Duty, who is the cousin, chat, of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character. Bulldozer. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Roadblock, chat. Roadblock. Then they didn't want to do Roadblock for some reason. Jay was a very popular character, so they went with Heavy Duty instead. And then there's the other guy, chat, Moroccan. A Moroccan actor. He's been in things, and he plays the character Breaker, chat, and he's their comms expert. He's all about the communication and the computers. He likes the pewters, chat. And so they're in there, and they start blasting all the guys, and they punch Baroness in the face, and they take the nanomachines away from her, and then she has to get out of there, though, because it's just pretty rough. It's pretty goddamn rough. And then the Joes, they take Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans to their secret lair, chat. Their secret lair, because, fucking Channing Tatum, they don't know who these guys are. And they're like, tell us who you are. And they're like, it's classified. The G.I. Joes, chat, they're super classified. Even though their actions are anything but classified. They're not stealthy. That's not what it's. Also, Snake Eyes is there, chat, and he's cutting people up. He's stabbing people. Snake Eyes, I forget about him sometimes because he's just not really, he's just there. I know that people love him in the action scenes. He gets some cool action scenes in the movie, but I forgot he had action scenes here, chat, because he's just a nothing character. He's just there in the background, just looking cool. I don't. Snake Eyes one of those characters, chat, that I'm like, he does cool things, but wow, he has no personality. He does not stand out. I might make some controversy here, chat, but he kind of feels like the Boba Fett of the G.I. Joe series, but apparently he does cool things, and I'm like, all right, fair enough. We do get some background history. We do get some background history of Snake Eyes, chat, when he's a young, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white Aryan child, chat, who is the best kung fu guy in the world. So I don't know. I don't understand really the appeal of Snake Eyes, but okay, fair enough. So they fucking take him back to their secret lair in Egypt, chat, Cairo. They're all beneath the pyramids. And we're introduced to Dennis Quaid, chat. Dennis Quaid is in this movie, and he's the leader of the Joes. And he's like, you shouldn't be here, Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans, but since you're already here, we're gonna have you, help us with this, okay? Because we gotta try to figure out this situation with the nanomachines, how they were able to track you. It doesn't make any sense. And so they get fucking James McKellen on the line, and they ask him, hey man, who are these bad guys? He's like, I don't fucking know. Apparently I should have trusted the Joes instead of these two idiots. And they're like, hey man, we're the best of the best of the best. He's like, clearly you're not, because the Joes are the best of the best of the best. They actually saved your ass, and they protected the nanomachines. And they go like, okay, well, are they tracked? He goes, they could be being tracked. What I'll do is I'll give you a specific code, and that'll disable any type of tracking device that might be on it. Who knows? It could be working with advanced technology. And they go, okay. And he puts in the fucking code, and he goes, well, now that we did that, I'll see you later, because you're going to be doing a training montage since they're going to join the Joes. But then, chat, because the thing is, Duke and Marlon Wayans, they have a bad feeling about McCallum. They just don't like the guy. He's too skeezy. Probably because he wears all black. He's wearing all black suit, chat, and this weird, red gem in the middle of his outfit, so he kind of giving out evil vibes. But then, chat, we transition. He was a hologram in that scene. They kind of brought him up on hologram Skype call, and he's with the Baroness. Oh my God, chat, they're in the same Quinjet thing. So he was there the whole time. So he bamboozled everybody. And the thing is like, we were setting up this operation for 10 years with the nanomachines. We're trying to destroy France. Why didn't you steal it? And she's like, I didn't expect the Joes to be there. And he's like, is it because of him? And he's like, him being Channing Tatum, chat, there's some history between them. And she's like, no, he means nothing to me now. He's like, good. And he goes to touch her, chat, but she too is a hologram, so she's calling him from someplace else. And he's just like, oh, I wish if I could touch you. He's like, I'd be smooching you right now. And she's like, well, that's if I would allow you to touch me. And he goes, I can bring that plane to you in a half hour. She goes, next time I got to make you earn it. You got to make you earn it. And then she talks to them and says, okay, we got to track this thing. Because what they did, chat, he didn't disable the tracking device. He enabled the tracking device. And so they look up where this fucking thing is, and they find out, chat, it's in Cairo. It's in Cairo, Egypt, chat, beneath the pyramids. And they go, well, we got to go ahead and initiate an operation to steal the stuff back. We need the best of the best. And she's like, I'm on it. And then the Skype call ends, chat. And who's with the fucking McCullen chat? It's Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow's there. And he's like, you should have sent me. You know, I would have stopped the Joes. And he's like, well, you keep an eye on the Baroness, okay? I want no one touching her. I want no one touching her except me. And he's like, all right. And then, chat, we cut to the Baroness chat. We cut to good old Anna. And she's returning to her humble abode in France, chat, where she meets her husband, chat, who knows nothing about what she does. He always asks her, why are you gone for like weeks at a time? And she's like, you know, in order for this relationship to work, we all keep secrets. It's like, no, that's not how relationships work if you keep it secrets. But this guy's like, well, you're just so hot and your boobs are all glittering and things that I'm just distracted at this point. So there was a practical purpose, chat, for the glittering bosom. It makes sense now. And he's like, well, I'm going to go over here now and see you in like an hour and 25 minutes in the movie. But then, shit, who shows up? Fucking Storm Shadow. And he says, listen, McCallum said, I have to kill anyone who touches you. And she goes, you're not going to fucking do that. You're not going to do that when I'm around, okay? I'll let anyone who touches me touch me, okay? He's my husband. Of course he's going to touch me. And Storm Shadow's like, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm just prepping you, okay? That if someone touches you again, I gotta stab him. I gotta stab him. And she's like, all right, whatever. We got to do this operation. We got to go to Cairo. He's like, cool, let's fucking go. Maybe he'll be there. It's like, who's that guy he's talking about, chat? We're going to find out. But then, chat, we go to the evil lair of McCallum, chat. We're introduced to one of my favorite. No, he is my favorite character in the movie, chat. For now, he's just called the Doctor. And the Doctor, chat, is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is in heavy fucking makeup, chat. A terrible black, long-haired black wig, chat, that looks like it came from Party City, and this Darth Vader apparatus on his face. And he talks like this throughout the entire movie. Oh, my dear James McCallum, I have perfected the formula for you. For Cobra! Like, he talks that way throughout the entire film, and I absolutely fucking love it. The nanite machines, you can do such great things with them. And he always ends with the entire time. He is like a lame, emaciated Vader, chat. It is incredible how he overacts. I mean, he's perfect for the movie. He's what you need. We needed more weird, overacting Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this film. That voice. My dear McCallum, I am here to show you the nanites, the things we can do for them, for my research. She says research. She doesn't say like research. She says research. So we'll find out why he is the way he is. No, he had fun. Clearly he had fun. That's how he looks. So he's like, well, show me what you got, Doc. He's like, I will show you. And they go into this room where he has all these basically Cobra soldiers, but they're not Cobra soldiers yet. And he's like, and McCallum's like, why are they all standing like that? He goes, I have perfected my formula with the nanomachines. It's like nanomachines. Not only can they melt people and eat metal, but they can take over the brain, and we can have the best soldiers. They feel no fear. And he demonstrates this, chap, by taking one of the soldiers, like, come here, my fellow Cobra. I mean, my fellow Mars soldier. And he takes him, Chad. He puts a clear box in the middle of this room, and there's a giant fucking King Cobra on it. A little on the nose. A little on the nose. And the guy goes, why cobras? He's like, oh, the cobra shall rise. It's a powerful animal. And he says, soldier, put your arm through the contraption. And he puts his arm in there, Chad. The snake's like, oh, this is too fucking easy. He goes, it bites him, Chad. It bites him. And the guy, like, he feels no fear. They feel no fear. You can tell them to do anything. They are the perfect soldier. And he takes his arm out. And then, McCallum's like, well, is he going to die? Cobra Venom's like super deadly. He goes, yes, but nanomachines, along with eating metal and, taking over people's minds, they can cure you. And the guy, we see like the nanomachines inside the guy's arm, and they start just taking the snake venom and go, pew, pew. And they start injecting it from his skin. It's leaking out. And McCallum's like, you've outdone yourself, doctor. It's incredible. He's like, yes, I just need more test subject. Continue my experiments. And he's like, no. And he's like, what? He's like, well, listen. You're doing a great job. Love the nanomachines. Love the brainless soldiers. They were great. I'm loving what you're doing. But we can't, always destroy things, okay? I mean, what we got to do is we got to maintain power. See, this is his plan, Chad. I will give it to Destro / James McCallum, Chad, because his whole thing is like, we're going to make people afraid, we're going to destroy some targets, and who are they going to go to? The weapons dealer, okay? That's who they're going to go to, Chad. The people who fucking make the weapons and the people that can defend against the weapons. And so we will amass so much power and money, we'll be able to influence every country around the world, okay? We're also going to put specific people in positions of power to allow us to continue this process over time. And the doctor's like, but that works, and I don't like that kind of thing. Like his whole thing is like, no, I just want to be evil. I just want to be evil and destroy everything. But McCallum's like, but if we destroy everything, then there's nothing left. And the doctor's like, shut up, you're making too much sense. Like, he just wants his research chat and to continue to put nanomachines inside of people's tummies. That's all he wants to do. And McCallum's like, well, we're going to hold off on that, okay? We got to track the Joes down right now, right? And then we'll go with the nanomachine thing, and you'll have all the fucking research subjects you want, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's like, wonderful. And then eventually, Chad, we transition back to Cairo, Egypt, chat, where, they're trying to track down the Baroness, chat. They don't know who this person is. Don't know who this agent, chat, this Black Widow-esque figure. And they're going through all their sources. And the thing is, Channing Tatum, he's like, I know who she is. And he's like, what? And he's like, I'll tell you who she is if you allow me and Marlon Wayans to join the Joes. And they're like, we'll allow you to join the Joes only on a temporary basis, though. Okay? So who is she? And Channing Tatum says, she's my ex-girlfriend. I'm like, oh my God. Of course, this is his ex-girlfriend. All right. And they're like, I love all the receipts, even though they have like all the files on fucking Duke that we used to bang. Exactly, Sideman. Like, all the files, they don't know who this fucking woman is. Obviously, it's just like, oh, Jesus. Her name's fucking Anna, and they look her up. It's like, yeah, her name's Anna and shit. And they learn that she is the wife of a baron. And I don't know if barons were still a thing, but a French baron who is a chemical weapons expert. I don't know. He does chemical shit. And they're like, oh, that doesn't sound too good. That's a little weird. Well, before we go ahead and take care of her, we got to put you two through a training montage. And then, Chad, we get cameos from other actors, like their drill sergeant is Brendan Fraser, who comes in as a specific G.I. Joe. I don't know who he is. Apparently, Brendan Fraser, he campaigned to be in this movie because he's such a fan of the property. And, of course, he had a previous relationship with Stephen Sommers working on the 2 Mummy films, so they're good friends. And so he gets like a very short cameo chat of just yelling at Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans to be G.I. Joe, knowing's half the battle. He gets to say the line. Fucking Dennis Quaid gets to say the line. It's wonderful. And they practice the kung fu. Duke fights Snake Eyes at one point. What else do we have here? You got Marlon Wayans hitting on Scarlett, chat. Like, that's what he gets to do. He's like, I'm trying to be cool and smooth and hit on you. But Scarlett, her whole thing is she's like the Spock of the group. She's like, no, it's not loud. Emotions aren't logical. You can't quantify emotions. So take your affections elsewhere, Marlon Wayans. I want nothing to do with these. He's like, girl, we're gonna date. Okay, we're gonna happen. That's gonna happen. And eventually they complete the training montage, chat. And they ingratiate themselves to certain members of the team, chat, of the Joes. We also see like the Joes on their off time, like Snake Eyes. I don't know if he's like a burn victim or something, but he takes off his clothes, but he's always wearing like, we see like Snake Eyes in sweats at one point, and he has like a ski mask on that's covered. It's like, okay, this guy just does not want to be seen. It's like, I get it. But they're all kind of relaxing and stuff, and they're bonding, they're having a good time, and thankfully, Duke and Marlon Wayans, Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans, they passed the program. Channing Tatum, he was like in the top 50 percentile, and Marlon Wayans is like, well, you're the funny black man, so we need you here for the personnel, and he's like, yay, stereotypes, and so you're good, you're golden. But oh no, Chad, oh no, because there are many nefarious things afoot in Cairo, chat, because fucking the McCallans, I don't know, I want to call him Cobra. We're going to call him Cobra for the sake of convenience, chat, but the fucking Cobra, they know where the Joes are. And the Baroness and Storm Shadow and Zarbon, or fuck, I don't know what his name is, Chad. Zardos? I don't know. His name is fucking, it's Imhotep, who's in Egypt, funny enough. Imhotep, he's in the movie too, Chad. Always had that previous relationship with Stephen Summers. He plays the guy that can disguise himself. So they infiltrate, chat. They infiltrate the G.I. Joe's secret Cairo base. Their infiltration being these giant digging machines, where it's like these little pods where they dig throughout the ground, chat, and they puncture the base, and fucking soldiers pour out and shit, and they start stabbing and punching everybody, and they make their way throughout the facility. I don't know how anyone fucking heard this. Like, no one fucking heard this. The giant diggers going through, chat, and apparently they kill everyone too fast. I mean, that's fucking causing tremors and shit. I think someone actually was like, oh, it's just a fucking earthquake. Happens all the time. Does it happen all the time in Cairo? I don't think so. I don't hear about major earthquakes happening in Cairo anytime soon, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And so they're infiltrating. The Baroness is killing people, and Storm Shadow, he's slashing people and shit. And Imhotep, he's being sarcastic and everything. Like the shredder drilling machine. Yes, exactly. And so they're walking there. Also, we then cut to Dennis Quaid, and he hears a little knock on his door. He's listening to some hot jazz shit. He's listening to some hot jazz, and he has his assistant, this British lady, or maybe Australian, I don't know. And she's like, sir, I just need you to sign a few things. He goes, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. And he's the beep, bop, and her entire chest chat just explodes because Storm Shadow, not Storm Shadow, but fucking Imhotep has basically put his entire fucking fist through her. It's like, holy shit. And Dennis Quaid goes, oh! And he's like, oh my God, no. And then Storm Shadow walks in and he slashes Dennis Quaid on the chest. He's like, oh, my insides are my outsides now. So it's not going great. And, fucking Imhotep, he's laughing. Baroness, she's like, well, that's kind of dark and shit. But Storm Shadow's like, okay, fucking Imhotep, take it easy. Because even though Storm Shadow, he murders innocent people all the time, he doesn't like to kill women, except he does kill a lot. It doesn't matter. His whole, I am a man of honor and I have a code is bullshit. Because his thing is like, well, I don't kill women and I don't kill children. But all your actions lead to the deaths of so many women and children anyway. So that whole establishment of like, I'm not as bad as you, Imhotep, is bullshit. So they go into Dennis Quaid's office. They use his severed head. Actually, he's fine, but he's got a little bit of a scratch on his chest. And they put his head next to his wall safe. Chat scans him, and they take the nanomachines out. But then all the fucking alerts start going off, chap, because the nanomachines are now in play. Someone took them out of the secure safe, and then we were told that they cannot leave the safe. So everyone starts running out. And everyone starts battling. You got fucking Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. They lock swords. And Storm Shadow's is like, hello, brother. And then we get a flashback, chat. There are many flashbacks in this movie to Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. But I'm gonna do them all right here, so we're gonna do every single one right here. The first one is these two kids basically fighting and stuff, and then they continue with the fight. But we're going to start from the beginning, chat. So we learned that Snake Eyes, chat, he's a blue-eyed, blonde-haired Aryan child who was apparently abandoned in the streets of Japan, chat. He was abandoned in the streets of Japan, and he's hungry, chat. He's fucking feasting on live rats. He's like, I want something a little bit better than a live rat filled with maggots. And he notices, chat, an open window near a temple. And he goes in there, and he just starts stuffing his Aryan face, chat. But oh no! Young Storm Shadow sees him and says, thief! And he proceeds to beat the shit out of young Snake Eyes, chat. By the way, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the person who plays young Storm Shadow was the villain from Tropic Thunder, was the little kid who ran the poppy farm. Or the drug cartel place, you know what I'm talking about? I think this was the same. Yes, he was. I think it's the same kid. And he kicks the shit out of Snake Eyes. But then Snake Eyes is like, I'm hungry, but he gets the food in him, chat. He gets the food, and his Aryan powers activate. It's like going Super Saiyan, chat. When white people, we eat food, we go Super Saiyan. And he starts beating the shit out of Storm Shadow. And while this is happening, chat, the old master, who's just called, I think he's called the Hard Master, which I don't like that. I don't want to call my sensei Hard Master. That's a little sexual. It's a little sexual sounding. It's like, yes, Hard Master, yes. It's like, And so he says, hey, Storm Shadow, why you beating the shit out of that white kid? And he's like, he was stealing from us. He's like, he's gonna fucking sue us, man. What the fuck are you doing? Young white Aryan child, I'm gonna adopt you. You're my new favorite kid. Storm Shadow, you suck. And Storm Shadow goes, what? It's like, it's kind of fucked up. And so he adopts him, and Snake Eyes is like his favorite white child he ever had, and he's better at everything than Storm Shadow. And like, I love it. There's this one scene when Storm Shadow and I love it because he names the white kid, he names this kid just Snake Eyes. Your name's Snake Eyes now. Why? Because we cut to his eyes, chat, and he's like, they look like Snake Eyes. He's like, do they? Do they look like Snake Eyes? I don't know. And so they're fighting, they're practicing in the dojo and things. And Snake Eyes, he kicks Storm Shadow's ass. And the master's like, you have done well, Snake Eyes. And he looks at Storm Shadow and just goes, and says nothing to him. Just, and just walks away. And it's like, oh my God. Would you consider Snake Eyes whitewashing? Now, I'm going to put a pause to review. Is Snake Eyes Asian? Is he Japanese? I don't know. I don't know what the character's ethnicity is because they don't. I guess we see him here he's white and everything. But did they ever say where he's from? But he's always wearing the mask and things. And maybe that's because they casted Ray Park as the character, who is white. I don't know. He's white in all material. So he's white in all material. So I guess not. It's not whitewashing. If that's what the character is. But it's funny that he's the best of the best out of all of these other kids and people he trained with in Japan. So the hard master, he's just like harumph, and he walks away. And Snakes is like, yeah, I'm the best of the best. And Storm Shadow's like, fuck that, and he goes up to it's done off screen, chat. And they fucking retcon it in the second film. But it's done off screen where he stabs the hard master, chat, right up the ass, chat, with a katana. And Snake Eyes, his hard master sense is tingling, and he goes to see the hard master with the katana right between them thick butt cheeks. The hard master's he's thick, he's a thick man. And right up the butt cheeks, and we see little Storm Shadow running. No one's stopping him, by the way. No one's stopping Storm Shadow as he runs across the temple ground, chat, and that was the last time they met each other. And that's why they have such hatred towards each other, because Snake Eyes, he hates Storm Shadow because he rammed a katana up his master's ass. And Storm Shadow hates Snake Eyes because he made the Hard Master not like Storm Shadow as much. So that's the extent of the relationship. Right up Main Street. Right up Main Street. Stop saying Hard Master, you're killing me. That's the name of the character. That's the name of the character. I looked this shit up, chat. I looked up some of these names. Hey, blame G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe has some very interesting name choices here. And so they fucking have a katana battle. And I will say this, I'm not a big Snake Eyes guy. I don't understand the appeal of the character, except when he's in action scenes. Really cool. They do some great sword play between Storm Shadow, both here at the third act of the film, and they also have a really cool scene with Snake Eyes in a chase sequence where he's on top of this. We'll get to it later, but this Humvee, and he's constantly moving around. He's battling Storm Shadow like on a car, but Storm Shadow can't get out because they wouldn't have room. They do some interesting things with him, action-wise. As a character, he's nothing. But, eventually, the G.I. Joes, they're trying to defend the base, and Baroness, she fucking, at one point, typical thing, chat, where, Charming Potato, he has a gun, he's like, don't make me hurt you, Anna. And she's like, you would never hurt me. And she fucking walks up to him, chat, like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and she fucking whacks him with the case filled with the nanomachine, chat. Hits him so hard, knocks him off a precipice, so she fully intended to kill him. But he manages to hold on with his fingertips, chat, and survives. Also, Storm Shadow, he gets a giant jetpack thing, which I don't know how they got a giant jetpack, and he flies Baroness out of there, and Imhotep, chat, because he is the master of disguising, he kills a Sherpa or whatever. I don't know, a guy of camels. I don't know what that's called. He kills a camel man, chat, and he gets out of the facility because he's a master of disguise. He only does eye patch, done. No one knows who he is. Thank you. Hold on, I want to thank this person. I think that was a nice little host. Wat Dog Like Go, thank you for the host. Welcome to the stream. Currently reviewing G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra. The Joes have just suffered a defeat at the hands, not technically of Cobra yet. They're not really Cobra. They're like proto-Cobra. We're gonna call them proto-Cobra, Chad. That's a better word than calling them the McCollums or the Mars Industries. We're gonna call them proto-Cobra. And they're like, shit. And then they go to see Dennis Quaid. Thankfully, Chad, Dennis Quaid is not dead. He's okay. He's just got a big old flesh wound on his chest and his tummy. And it's like, all right, we know what? We have to do this ourselves. So they figure out that fucking McCollum, he was the bad guy because he basically put they have the fucking Moroccan guy there, Breaker, who is the tech person, and he figures out like, wait, it was always being tracked. We turned on the tracker, we actually turned it off. Holy shit! And so they realized that McCallum, chat, he was a bad guy, and he's working with Proto-Cobra, or he is Proto-Cobra technically. And they're like, oh no. And so it's like, where could they possibly go? Where could they be going? And apparently they track the nanomachines to France. And like, well, that's where they are now. We put in the same code. We got them. So we got to do an operation. The thing is, though, it's all been called off. You know, like no one should get involved. All right. The base was attacked. Many Joes have been murdered. And we can't do this. So they got to do this off the grid, chap. They're going rogue, which is what happens with all these big sci-fi action films when you're dealing with like a clandestine organization, chat. We got to go rogue. It happens in every single fucking Mission Impossible movie. They always go rogue all the time. They just never just working for the organization. So that's what happens here. And so now we got to get all the cool weapons and shit. And so I don't think this is a part of the G.I. Joe property, but they introduce a new like Halo suit. That's what I think it was called, the Halo suits, where basically it's this full body suit that you wear that improves everything. So you're basically like a tank, chat. You can move fast. You can move like super fast. You have increased agility, increased athletics. You can jump really far. It's basically a super suit. Where's my super suit? That's what it is, chat. And they're going to have Marlon Wayne. For whatever reason, they say, you know what? Even though we've trained with these for all our lives, Scarlet, Heavy Duty, Breaker, we're going to give it to the two rookies while we fucking, do the recon and the research shit. So it's like, okay, fine. Because we need to have the comedic shenanigans. We need to have Marlon Wayans as the funny black man. As we all know, chat, fall down and go, I got it, because, yeah, that's what it has to be. Spartan 117, I need a weapon. That's what it is there for, chat. We need to put the funny black man in the suit, and we need to give Charming Potato something to do, because at this point in his career, chat, he's not a good actor. That's it. That's what it is. I'm just putting it out there, chat. I'm just putting it out there, okay? That's just not me saying it. That's what the movie's saying. So they're going to France, chat. They're in their fucking secret plane. And then Channing Tatum, chat, he's having a flashback because he's remembering the Baroness. He's remembering the Baroness before she was evil, chat, when she was just Anna. And we get this flashback sequence with Channing Tatum, and like he's dancing with Anna, and they're like, having a great time. And they go to sit down, have drinks. Before they have the drinks, though, Chad, he fucking proposes to her. Proposes the marriage. She's like, oh, my God, Channing Tatum. Thank you. Oh, my God. But then who fucking walks over, Chad? Thank you, Chris. The funny is, even he said, yeah, that movie sucks, and I suck in it. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, he's not a good. Is that what I say? He's not good? He's not a good. But you know who fucking walks over, chat, right when Charming Potato proposes to Anna? Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is the reason why you have so many recognizable actors in this movie, chat. Because so many actors saw that Joseph Gordon-Levitt agreed to star in this. They went, oh, shit. Well, I mean, he's a fantastic actor. He already been in a lot of movies, chat. Not only as a television actor, but then eventually he did Brick, of course, which is an indie darling, chat. It's my favorite Rian Johnson film. Did such a great job in that movie. He's already coming up, chat. Has his own filmmaking aspirations. Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a very talented actor. I'm a big fan of him. And he appears in here, chat, and he's the brother. He's the brother of Anna. He's like, you finally went ahead and did it. You finally proposed to my sister. And, and Anna's just like, oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, my brother. She's hugging him. She's crying. Like, oh, my God, it's so exciting. And he's like, oh, look at it. And Charming Potato's like, your brother, the egghead. How you doing, science boy? That's what he calls him, chat, science boy, because he knows all the numbers and the facts. And it's just like, it's because of you guys that we're surviving out there. It's like, yeah, without me and my nanomachines, you guys wouldn't be living. It's like, nanomachines. Who always talks about nanomachines, chat? No, we're going to get to it. We're going to fucking get to it, yes. And, they're all happy and shit. They're enjoying themselves. And Anna's like, Oh, well, she's got to give her answer, chat. She's like, because Channing Tatum, she's like, so, yes, no? And she's like, well, and then who fucking walks over? Marlon Wayans. And he's like, my boy, you finally proposed. And they have all funny shenanigans. And he's like, oh my God, can I get a little of that sugar? And she's like, okay. She fucking kisses him, felt improvised. Thank you, Doctor, the 5 biddies. Hollywood never appreciates nerds. Never appreciates nerds. Always makes fun of them. But we shall have our revenge, Cobra! And so, Marlon Wayans, he does improv and it's not funny. And eventually, Channing Tatum's like, fuck it, Jesus Christ, well, are you going to marry me or not? And she goes, yes, of course, but on one condition, okay? On one condition. You got to make sure that my brother, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is safe, okay? Make sure nothing bad happens to him when he goes out in the field. Because if anything bad happens to him, I will never forgive you, and I will never marry you. And Channing Tatum's like, that's a very specific request, but I will agree to it. I will agree to it. And then later, chat, we see Channing Tatum. He is in the field. He is in the field with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, he's kind of a little scared. He's part of the military, chat, but he's not used to such intense operations. Like, they're all under fire, and apparently they have come upon the compound of a nefarious scientist, chat. His name is Dr. Mindbender. Now, I don't know if this is a character from G.I. Joe. If so, please let me know. I would appreciate it. But his name is Dr. Mindbender, chat, and he's been doing horrific experiments on captured United States soldiers and also soldiers from thank you, from other countries. And they have Joseph Gordon-Levitt there so he can hack, chat, because this is Hollywood doing the hacking thing. This is kind of like the last we see of this, honestly, but it's like he's a hacker too. And so we need a hacker boy, and you got to go on there and hack. And he says, don't worry. We have the F-16s coming in there in like 15 minutes. All you got to do is download that info on your little flash drive and a little thing, thumb drive, and you're golden. Not knowing it could be terabytes upon terabytes of information, but sure, yeah, just take your 8 gigabyte flash drive and download the terabytes of information. Sure. And so, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, are you sure this is safe? And he goes, yeah, man, you got this. You want a hubba bubba? Because they established like a running gag that, I don't know, he needs like a personality. This must have been the writers and filmmakers struggle. We're working with Charming Potato, chat, where it's like the fact that you're not a great actor, we got to give you things that kind of define you. And so one of the things they give him is that he loves Hubba Bubba bubblegum, and so he always has pieces of Hubba Bubba bubblegum. He's always chewing them, and people keep taking his Hubba Bubba bubblegum, and he hates that shit. He says, this is my gum, but he bequeathed it. He bequeathed one Hubba Bubba to Joseph Gordon-Levitt because he's like, because I'm going to protect you and you're my brother, Joe. He's like, you okay? And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, they shoot some guys. He's like, okay, man, go it. I love it. They send him into the facility by himself. Aren't you going to like take a couple people? No, you got it, man. And they send him in the facility by himself. To hack and download, chat. But while this is all going down, oh no, the F-16s, they didn't hear Channing Tatum. He said, coming in 15 minutes, not now, and they're right there, chat. Channing Tatum's like, no, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and they bomb the compound, chat, and boom, and then we cut, chat, because, Joseph Gordon-Levitt has died, and there's a funeral, and Anna's super, super sad, and Charming Potato, he's sad too, but instead of, going over there and talking to her, he decides to ride his motorcycle out of the graveyard, chat, out of the cemetery, and that's the last memory he has of Anna. The last one. Thank you. Thank you, Darcy, for the vibes. He was really downloading porn, yes. It's like, the sweet porn, yes. He just jerked it way too many times. Not because he has horrific burns on his body. No, it's because he's been jerking it for too long. He drained himself of all of his fluids. And so he's brought back to life by Marlon Wayans, who is doing his Marlon Wayans thing. And he's like, all right, guys. So this is what we got to do. We're tracking them. We're tracking the Baroness and Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes is like, Storm Shadow? But, he can't say it, chat. There's always like a little, that's all Snake Eyes does. And we think they're going to this facility. Oh, God, they're going to the facility where the Baroness's barren husband works, chat. Apparently, I guess his job is that he converts. This is what I think is what he does. He converts weapons into harmless like chemical substances, but the Baroness wants to have the opposite happen, where she wants him to convert harmless substances into weapons. This is a very specific job, and so we cut to the Baroness and Storm Shadow, and they're infiltrating the compound that her husband works at. And Storm Shadow, he kills a whole bunch of innocent people. By the way, women. Even though he says that I don't kill women, he promptly kills a female security guard. So that whole fucking thing's out the window, Chad. They're like, I guess they forgot about that rule they established 20 minutes ago. And so he's fucking using his shuriken, Chad. He kills a lot of people in this movie. A lot of people die horrifically, especially in this sequence. And eventually they go to the laboratory of her husband, and he's like, oh my God, are you an evil person? She goes, yeah. And then Storm Shadow says, make the nanomachines into a weapon. Put them inside missiles. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And Storm Shadow's like, yes, you do. And he fucking throws a shuriken at one of the scientists' heads. Boom, dead instantly, chat. Right between the fucking eyes, falls down. He's like, oh shit. And then he starts putting them all together and things, and he makes them into missiles. Nanomachines are now machine missiles. And he goes, okay, it's done. And, you know, he's like, why would you do this, wife? And he's touching her, Chad, and he shouldn't have done that. He kisses her, and Storm Shadow promptly walks up behind him, Chad, and shoves his katana right up his ass. That's kind of his go-to move, Chad, when he wants to make sure someone's dead, right up the rectum. And then she's like, the fuck? And he's like, I told you. Fucking James McCallum said, if anyone else touches you, I gotta kill him. She's like, I know that, but why up the ass? He's like, it's my thing. It's my calling card. It's like, she's like, that's weird. That's very weird. And so they're like, okay, we gotta leave now. We gotta leave. But now, the Joes, chat, they've tracked down where the Baroness and Storm Shadow are. They're in a Humvee. And again, chat, Humvee in a straight line. It's like, that's always going to be destroyed. And it's like, okay, we're going to put Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans in your super suits, in your Halo suits. They put them both in the suits, chat. And, you know, Channing Tatum, he gets the hang of it pretty goddamn quickly, and he speeds off, chat. But Marlon Wayans, again, he is the stereotypical funny black man in the movie, and he has to do pratfalls, and he has to go, oh, hell nah. He has to do that, chat. That's what they got him doing. It's sad. It's very sad. Thank you, Darkslayer, for the 5-8 Storm Shadow. Cooking that dude, he definitely did, man. Right up the ass. So he's falling over. He's tripping over himself. I got it. All that shit. It's like, oh, God, this is so dated. But he eventually runs off. And I will say this, chat. This scene is pretty cool. I mean, there's some of the CGI is dated here, but like the running and how they're jumping over cars and just the chase scene itself, it's really cool and really violent. Where eventually Snake Eyes, he's like, I'm gonna be the tracker, and so he stealthily lands on the top of the Humvee, chat, without Baroness and Storm Shadow knowing. And so he could track them because they want to make sure that the Baroness and Storm Shadow don't use the weapons, chat, because they're going to use them in France. That's their intention. And because they want to blow up a monument. Because, you know, fucking John McCallum, chat, who's available to become Destro, he hates the French people, chat, for what they did to his family. So he's like, fuck them. I want you to destroy all of Paris. And they go, okay. And so at this point, though, now that the Baroness and Storm Shadow, they see, you know, Charming Potato and Marlon Wayans behind him in their super suits, they go, oh, fuck, who the hell's tracking us? And it's like, lose them. And they move the car real fast, and Snake Eye goes, shit, and he fucking falls off the car a little bit, and he's like right in the face of Storm Shadow, and he goes, oh my God. And then they start fighting on the car. Like, this is pretty cool. Snake Eyes, he like starts shooting into the car, trying to kill Storm Shadow and Baroness, but his bullets don't penetrate. And so he just takes his samurai sword, just starts sticking it in the car. While Storm Shadow's like moving around, the Baroness is like moving. Fuck, shit, they're trying to move around from Snake Eyes. It's a pretty cool scene. Eventually, Baroness is like, fucking get him off the goddamn roof. And one of the guys who's like the passenger chat, like one of the generic proto-Cobra soldiers, he starts firing up, but he gets his head blown up by Scarlet. She goes, poop! She fires one of her like crossbow bolts at him and explodes his fucking head. It's super fucking violent. And he falls out the car, he gets run over and things. The thing is, though, now, there's so many explosions happening because the front end of the Humvee that Baroness and Stormfront is, it's also a transformer, chat. And part of the front section of the car gets this, like, huge, like, goddamn bulldozer. Like, I don't know how to describe it. The bulldozer, like, thing that lifts up the claw or whatever. And it just starts ramming into cars and just instantly exploding people, chat. The cow catcher, that's it. Thank you, Zodiac. Yeah. The cow, yeah, the crossover's approaching. It's like, oh, there's a cameo. And it just starts ramming all these cars, chat, throwing them up in the air. And then you think, oh, Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans are going to save the people who are falling out of the cars. No, they are not doing that. They are basically jumping over the exploding bodies, the bodies that are on fire that are flying out of the cars. They're going, whoa! And like as these cars are hitting more cars, there are so many cars that just tap a car and they explode. Like this is the most explosions I've seen in a movie in quite a while. Eventually, though, right before, like, a Snake Eyes, he's like, shit, I gotta get off the car. And Baroness is like, oh, that's cool. He got off. It looks like he gave up. And Storm Shadow's like, there's no fucking way. He never gives up. And then he's like, oh, shit. And they pass right by a train, chat. It hits them, hits the back of their car. It's like one of those bullet trains. I don't know why you have a fucking bullet train in the middle of France, in the middle of Paris, but they do. Hits the back of the car. Car does like a million fucking flips in the air, lands, chat. So many people are just dead. Channing Tatum, he jumps over the train. Marlon Wayans says, fuck it. He goes right through the goddamn train and he crashes through it. And we get this little comedic bit where he's like, oh shit, that was fucked up, man. And Marlon Wayans is like, well, what'd you do? And it's like, I jumped over the train. He's like, well, wait, what did you do? He's like, I went through the train. He's like, there were people on the train. He's like, man, come on. I'm the funny black guy. Come on. That's exactly what he's doing, Chad. It's like, everything's a fucking joke. And so at this point, now we got to chase after fucking the Baroness and Storm Shadow because they figure out what the target is. They're going to, Stephen Summers directed to the asylum. You can expect that. I mean, he does this bombastic type of fare. They're going to target the Eiffel Tower, Chad. They're going to target the Eiffel Tower. Storm Shadow, he runs off to blow it up while the Baroness, she has the rest of the nanomachine missiles. So Channing Tatum, he goes after the Baroness, while Marlon Wayans, he goes after Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow, he's going in this office building, chat, promptly killing everyone who is in his way, and eventually gets to like this big office window, and he fires the missile, chat. He fires the missile, but he is tackled. He is tackled by Marlon Wayans, but it's too late, chat. The missile goes right towards the Eiffel Tower, and ba-boom! It is filled with nanomachines, chat. The nanomachines start eating up the Eiffel Tower, and it's like, oh no! But there is a way to stop them, chat. There's a kill code where if you hit there's a button, there's a big red button, chat. There's always a big red button. If you hit the big red button that's on the Baroness's thick thigh, you'll shut off the nanomachines and they'll all die. And so that's what Channing Tatum has to do, Chat. He's running off to the Baroness, but she has her sonic blaster weapons and she blasts him, Chat. She blasts him on this like this roof that's all made out of glass. And he's like, oh no, he stopped. And she's like, better luck next time, charming potato. And he's like, fuck you. And he flies, Chad. He jumps. He does like a Incredible Hulk jump towards the fucking plane, or I guess like the Quinjet she's in. And he touches her thick thigh, chat, which promptly disables the nanomachines. However, there's actually a cool sequence when the nanomachines, they keep falling on other vehicles and things. The vehicles like hit other things and they all start eating things. It's kind of interesting. Also people. But because the Eiffel Tower has taken on so much damage, it just fucking falls apart and kills so many people. I mean, it just crashes down. It takes off like destroys a big portion of Paris. It's like, Jesus Christ. And the Baroness is like, well, you've managed to save Paris, Duke. Well, most of it. It's most of it. But they've captured Channing Tatum, Chad. He's been captured by Cobra, and he's taken their secret lair. Meanwhile, Marlon Wayans, he beats the shit out of Storm Shadow, but he escapes, Chad. He escapes. He's like, this isn't good. And eventually he meets up with the group, and they are promptly arrested, chat, by the French government because they have been destroying the shit out of Paris for the last 25 minutes, and they are arrested, chat, and they are put into solitary confinement. Also, while this is all going on, you have Jonathan Pryce as the president, and he's getting updates for like all the actions that the Joes are taking. He goes, "This isn't fucking good. The French are mad. The Proto-Cobra has the nano machines. It's just not good. What's their evil plan? What's their evil plan? We shall soon figure out. We shall soon learn that, chat. Eventually, though, Dennis Quaid, he shows up, and he's like, my tummy still hurts, but I'm here to help you guys. I'm going to free all you, but on the condition that you can never return to the country of France. And they're like, ever? You can't easily. They're like, all right, well, I prefer, good old Uncle Sam, the United States of America. And it's like, okay, I get it, jingoism. And, they get him out of there. And he says, listen, I'm going rogue too, okay? We got to rescue Charming Potato. And also we learned that Proto-Cobra, oh yeah, that's the other thing they do. So this is fucking weird. So in order to figure out where McCallum and Proto-Cobra are, Breaker is able to hack into people's memories. And so he takes these two big pylons, chat, and he sticks them inside one of the Proto-Cobra soldiers' heads, and he starts downloading images that he's seen. I don't know how it works, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's like, no, and he orders the nanomachines inside the Proto-Cobra soldier's body to eat itself. So we see this Cobra soldier basically being eaten, well, actually, he's already dead, but he's being eaten alive, chat. They're like, no, but they do manage to acquire one image, chat, and it's of McCallum. And through this one image, I don't know how they fucking do it. You go and watch this scene, chat. This movie's on HBO Max, okay? You watch this scene, all right? Where they manage to determine, based on his shadow and the sunlight and his height and the position of other people, they figure out that he is in the North Pole. I don't know how. I don't understand how, but he's in the North Pole, and he has a secret underwater Arctic base. Okay, and they give this information to Dennis Quaid, who's like, okay, we're going to send over our scuba fighters there, and Shipwreck, sadly, Chad, Shipwreck is not in this scene. It was a prime opportunity for Shipwreck, and I'm sad he's not in it, Chad. We needed Shipwreck in it. Dark Slayer, thank you for the 5 minutes. I can't question it, Chad. I just can't. Vanny, thank you for the 100 biddies. Welcome, Vanny Spheres. Hope you're doing very well today. Oh, Chad, this is some nonsense. I don't know what the fuck's going on half the time in this movie. I just can't even believe what he's saying. I don't understand it. I'm like, how the fuck did you get that this guy is in the fucking North Pole based on a shadow? Anyway, and okay, we're gonna go attack the North Pole base. We're going to get all the Joes together, but you guys get there first to lower the deflector shield. It's like some Star Wars shit. I was like, all right, sure. And so Marlon Wayans, Scarlet, Breaker, Snake Eyes, and Heavy Duty, they all infiltrate there. Meanwhile, we cut back to the secret North Pole base where, Duke, he's been captured, Chad, and he's being led to the secret lair, to the interchamber of McCallum, Chad. It was like, I'm going to reveal some of my plan to you, but not all of it, because I got to play things close to the vest, okay? So he starts, because Duke's like, why, McCallum, why? He's because I want money and power. The thing is, in order to gain control, it's not through fucking destruction and through nanomachines. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes, fuck you. It's like, not just through nanomachines. Okay, it's to make people afraid, to feel like they need to buy things, to feel like they need more security, to give up more of their freedoms. And who they're going to go to? The people that make the weapons and defensive systems to protect them, that also endanger them. So it's a cycle. You with me now, Charming Potato? You with me now? So who becomes the most powerful person in the world? Who provides the defense, the weapons that the world's governments need? Me. I do. I'm the person. I'm the one in command. And fuck you can hear... You can hear fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the background goes, for now. He's like, what? He's like, nothing. And so he's like, that's my big plan. And he says, well, you still can't control the United States of America. He's like, oh, I got a plan for that. No, thank you, Doug, for the 5 minutes. So the real enemy is capitalism, man. It's true. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. So then, Chad, we cut to a scene where we have Imhotep. They're going to inject him with nanomachines, chat. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's there. He's like, we're going to inject you with the nanomachines. And, McCallum's there. He's like, we need you to do this very specific job for us. And he's like, I got it. Just fucking inject them into me. But before you do that, he removes, the control chip. He says, you're not fucking controlling me, okay, McCallum. I'm going to have my own mind. He goes, all right, fair enough. And so they inject the nanomachines into him. And he's like, that wasn't too bad, but this will probably hurt. And he's like, oh. And fucking just goes, that may not have hurt, but this will. And he presses the button. And the nanomachines then begin to morph the physiology, like the pigment, the eye color, and his bonal structure, Chad. His fucking bone structure inside of his face to transform him into one particular person. We'll find out later. We'll find out who that is. But then eventually they bring in Duke. And during the ride back to the secret polar ice base chat, Baroness Anna, she's starting to have some guilty feelings. She's starting to remember all the super happy times she had with Charming Potato Chat when they were dancing, when they were rolling around, having a picnic in a field. Just great fucking times, great fucking times. She's like, I still have feelings for her. And McCallum is just like, he's looking at this, he doesn't like it, chat. But they're all introduced to fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the Doctor. And he's just like, oh, yes, Charming Potato, I have special things planned for you. And McCallum's like, okay. He's like, are you going to turn him into a soldier? He's like, yes, I will, but I must be alone for now. Anna, please take Charming Potato to my facility. And so they take him to the facility, and he hooks him up to the big contraption that Imhotep was in before. Except he has got the microchips. And, Charming Potato, was like, he's asking, like, Doctor, why are you doing all this evil stuff? He's like, oh, I did it because of the beauty of the nanomachines. He's like, nanomachines? Wait a minute. I know who always loved nanomachines. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is that you? And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt turns around and he goes, you remember me, don't you, Charming Potato? And he takes off his party city wig and he's all gross and yucky. And then he gets really close to Charming Potato's like, I'll give you a better look, and removes his face mask, and it's like, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a heavy amount of makeup, and he goes, oh my God, I thought you were dead. He's like, no, I survived the strike. Let me tell you my backstory. And then we cut chat to when Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes into the facility, and he confronts Dr. Mindbender, chat, played by fucking Benny from the Mummy films. It's Benny. It's the same goddamn actor. I was like, yay, Benny's back. He's in all Stephen Sommers' films, chat. He was in fucking Van Helsing. He played Igor, and he played Benny in the original Mummy movie. I was like, hell yeah. That was cool to get him a little cameo. And he sounds exactly as he does in the Mummy. Because he shows Joseph Gordon-Levitt the power of nanomachines, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, it's beautiful. I've decided to become evil now. He's just like, this is the greatest thing ever. He's like, you can do such crazy things with them. You can go above the plot at any point. They can do anything. You can hack anything. You can melt people. You can melt metal. And Gordon-Levitt goes, well, fuck, I want all this. He's thankfully I have 8 gigabytes. And Mindbender Benny says, well, thank God it was only 8 gigabytes of information. He's like, well, that's fucking convenient. Hell yeah, it is, man. Thank you, Dr. 5 Babies. Benny's back, baby. He's returned. Evil, the cure for all trauma. Exactly. So he fucking takes the chase, downloading all the information. He's like, yes. The voice starts to come out a little bit. But oh no, chat, the alarms start to go off. He goes, oh no, they're gonna bomb it. The fucking Channing Tatum lied to me. And then Benny, he goes to the big fucking door and he locks them in. He goes, if we survive this, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I shall tell you all about the nanomachines. He goes, oh yes, that sounds good. And then we cut chat. He's like, I survived, Charming Potato, but it left me in this state, but I have been reborn. I rise. It's like he rises, chat. Rises like a cobra. He's like, I wonder. Let me show you the wonders of the nanomachines. And then he starts like getting the whole apparatus all set up. But then Charming Potato's like, why? Why, Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Why not protect Anna? Why do this? And he goes, I have protected Anna. I am the one who made her evil. He's like, you made her evil? And he's like, yes, you abandoned her. And I gave her purpose. And then we cut chat to Anna in a room it's just kind of weird chat where she's in her bed. In her 90s, and fucking a bra and her panties and everything. And then you have Joseph Gordon-Levitt in full regalia, chat, full, makeup and apparatus and everything, walk in there going, Anna, I have returned to you. She's like, what the fuck? And he's like, does this smell like chloroform to you? And he fucking chloroforms her, chat. And he injects her with the nanomachines. He injects her with the nanomachines. And that is why she's evil, chat. So she's not in her right mind. She's not in her right mind. The nanomachines made her evil. And so he's like, why would you do that? He's like, it was convenient for me. And then, right when he's about to inject the nanomachines into Charming Potato Chat, Anna comes in there and she punches Joseph Gordon-Levitt, goes, oh! And he falls over, chat, and she takes all the contraptions off. She's like, oh, God, Charming Potato. And he's like, Anna, you're okay. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, this is not possible. The nanomachines. And then, chat, it happens. It happens. One of the dumbest things in the fucking movie. Where Anna looks Joseph Gordon-Levitt straight in the eye and she says, love triumphs over nanomachines. Love triumphs over all. He's like, nothing can beat nanomachines, not even the power of love. But apparently it did too. It did in this case, chat. And he has the kill switch, chat, and he fucking hits a button. She goes, nah, and she goes, nah, on the ground. She can't move anymore. And then fucking McCallum, he walks in and goes, what the fuck is happening? what has happened now? And Channing Tatum, he's just like, you give me that goddamn switchboard. He's like, no, I will not give this to you. And McCallum's like, well, you said this could never happen. You said the nanomachines could not fail. He's like, I always thought they couldn't fail, but the power of love changes that. And so Channing Tatum's like, hell yeah. And he fucking punches Joseph Gordon-Levitt, takes the device, and he deprograms it, chat. And she's like, I'm alive again. She gets up. But then McCallum, he's like, fuck all you guys. And he grabs a flamethrower. He has a flamethrower somehow. And he fucking flames it at Anna and Channing Tatum. But Anna, as we all know, chat, Baroness, she has sonic pistol weapons. And so she fires the sonic blast at McCallum. And the fire goes right in his fucking face. It goes right back to him, chat. And all we hear is, ah! That's it. And he goes down. And while this is happening, Channing Tatum and Anna, they're trying to assess themselves. And fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he just fucking hobbles away. He grabs McCallum. He's like, I have much things for you to do, McCallum. You are still of use to me. And then the whole operation's happening, chat, like the G.I. Joe team. They've infiltrated the place. They shut down the deflector shield. And but now they learned what's happening, chat, because they're going to send off the nanomachine rockets to all like major cities across the world. So Moscow's going to be a hit, chat. London, Tokyo, and I think like the United States. And so, like, we need our top soldier on this to destroy these missiles before they hit their targets. And who's their top soldier, chat? Marlon Wayans. And it's like, Marlon Wayans, you will drive the hyper-advanced Quinjet vehicle, which you have not operated, and you will destroy these missiles, okay? That's your job. While we infiltrate and fight. And then we get this whole fucking scene of the G.I. Joe subs attacking the polar base, chat. They get in like underwater dogfights and stuff. So that's all happening. Eventually, though, they're like, the fucking giant ion cannon that's firing at our submarines and our submarine craft things. They're getting destroyed. And so they send in Snake Eyes to take down the cannon. Chet, he goes in there. He fucking stabs everybody in there. But oh no, Chet, he's confronted by Storm Shadow, and they have a pretty goddamn good duel, chat. Funny. I like this with what they did here. During the fight, Storm Shadow pulls a fucking Darth Maul. Like, not Snake Eyes, chat. He gets a double blade katana and he puts the air like, he's like, hey, look at this. Boom. It's like, he's like, yeah. And he's all like fighting him like Darth Maul. It's like, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute, chat. But Snake Eyes was clearly established, chat. He is much better a fighter than Storm Shadow, and he cuts the shit out of him, chat. Like, gets the thick thighs first. Them thick thighs, just plain view, chat. Gets some thick thighs, cuts his knees, cuts his chest, cuts his tum-tum, across the face and everything. Eventually, he just fucking, he Darth Mauls him, stabs him in the tummy, chat. Stabs him in the tummy. He goes, ugh! And then he's like, he's about to fall over a precipice, chat. And for whatever reason, Snake Eyes reaches out to him for some reason. I'm like, why? Fuck him. He killed the hard master. He killed your hard master, Snake Eyes. He's like, oh, brother. But then he falls into the wintry abyss below, into the frigid waters, where he promptly comes back in the sequel. I don't know how he survived it, but he did, shit. He did. With not a fucking scratch on him. And then he's like, Snake Eyes, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then, then we cut back to Marlon Wayne's chat. He's promptly destroyed several of the nanomachine missiles. He blows up the one going to Moscow, blows up the one going to the UK, to London, blows up the one going to Tokyo. But it's the United States missile, chat. That's the one that's tricksy. It's pretty goddamn tricksy. We cut to Jonathan Price, the president, chat, and like, sir, we have to put you in the fucking bunker where Trump was scared. We got to put you in the same scared Trump bunker. And he goes, okay. And they take him in the bunker, chat. But while this is all going on, one of his fucking Secret Service members, he's a Cobra or proto-Cobra soldier, chat, and he promptly kills all of Jonathan Price's bodyguards and staff. And Jonathan Price is like, oh my God, what the hell's happening? And then, chat, this fucking door opens, and someone walks out and goes, hello, Mr. President. He goes, oh, it's not possible. And then we cut. We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened, chat. But eventually we cut back to the base where Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's dragging McCallum, chat, whose face is promptly melting off, and goes, we must go, we must escape, but we will have our vengeance. We will have our vengeance, my friend, or I should say from the future, my servant. And he puts him inside this very ornate-looking sub. Get some proto-Cobra soldiers in there, while fucking Channing Tatum and Baroness, they get in their own sub, chasing after Joseph Gordon-Levitt, chat. And then we get the big fucking reveal. Where McCallum, he's like, I'm in so much pain. He's like, oh, don't worry. I've prepared a special concoction for you, my friend. And he injects this more what do you think he injected with him with? Nanomachines. He injected nanomachines in the McCallum, and it goes over his face, chat. They form like a mask, and his skin becomes all metallic. It becomes all metallic. He's like, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, I have made you whole again. You shall serve me well. As I told you before, the Cobra rises. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, oh, do not speak to me in such ill manner. My Destro. That's the name I chose for you. I don't know why, but you're Destro now. I am your commander. And he's, chat, that's the big fucking reveal. That's the big reveal. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's Cobra Commander. And he promptly takes over McCallum's organization and renames it Cobra. And he has control of McCallum. He's like, I own you now. And then he's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And as they're trying to leave, chat, the fucking charming potato and what's her name, Anna Baroness, they're like, you're not going anywhere, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And he's like, oh, yes, charming potato, you think you could stop me? You cannot stop the power of Cobra! What army will you stop me with? And he goes, this fucking army. And all the G.I. Joes, chat, they all show up, and there's like, they're all pointing their guns at Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And we come back to Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He goes, fuck! And then we cut. And Destro and Cobra Commander, chat, they are being placed in prison. And Cobra Commander's like, I shall return, charming potato. The Cobra rises. And then they go to jail. And then we cut to Charming Potato talking to Anna. She's in prison right now, but they're trying to get the nanomachines out of her, chat. It'll just take some time. And she's like, yeah, but she says, maybe I should be in jail. But Charming Potato's like, no, Anna, you were not in your right mind. It was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was evil, and he put nanomachines into you. So don't worry about it, okay? We're going to fix you. And she goes, cool. I'll see you later for hot, sweaty sex. He goes, goddamn right, hot, sweaty prison sex. She goes, ah. And then, chat, we cut to the G.I. Joe Cairo base. Where Dennis Quaid's looking a lot better, chat. He's walking again. He goes, his tummy's not all cut up. And he goes, well, I'm going to put Channing Tatum in charge of G.I. Joe now because you're the best soldier and you stopped Cobra. And everyone goes, G.I. Joe. And that, my friends, that, chat, is G.I. Joe, the rise of Cobra. The Cobra rises. There you go. I hope you enjoyed the review. Oh man, makes no sense as they kill Destro. Do they kill him in the sequel? There is a scene in. I was watching some scenes from the first film or the second film, and it was the prison break with Cobra Commander, who they recast. Everyone's recast except Channing Tatum. And where they have the new Cobra Commander, and he's like, they free him, and he goes, Destro, you're out of the band. It's like he's out of the band, like it's a fucking group, it's a music group. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. You forgot ending with the. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, thank you, Chris Ayer. So there is a stinger, chat. There's a stinger where Jonathan Pryce, he's taken out of the bunker. He's like, yeah, the Joes, they did it. And fucking Marlon Wayans, he stopped the missile, chat. He's fine. He's okay. Somehow. And we see Jonathan Pryce in the office, chat, but it's not Jonathan Pryce. It's Imhotep. It's Imhotep. That's why they transformed his face, chat. So now he's the president, and that sets up all the shenanigans in the sequel, where Jonathan Pryce, he initiates all the strikes in the Joes, and that's where he promptly kills Channing Tatum in the beginning of the film. And that sets up all that in motion. So that's what happens. Yeah. So Destro, that was his plan, chat, was to put a puppet in control of the presidency while also amassing power as a weapons dealer. So that was the big thing. So that part of the plan worked. Yeah, chat. Yeah. They didn't recast him. That's good. I'm glad. Good. 3 out of 5 hard masters. So chat, for me, listen, the movie's bad. It's a bad film. There's no doubt about it, chat. There is some really bad acting. The plot is incomprehensible. And the things that they just say, how we get from one point to another, is just not earned in any capacity. However, there are some really fun action scenes. Like the money was put in them, chat. You can tell. You can definitely tell. Okay? You can definitely tell that. And you get some really over-exaggerated performance. I'm not talking like Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, he's playing a stereotype, and it's just like, stop it. Just fucking stop it. It's obnoxious. Don't do that. Honestly, he's borderline racist at this point. However, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, other than the action scenes, chat, he single-handedly saves this film from being some old bullshit for me on the DT scale with his incredibly horrible but so much fun performance as Cobra Commander, chat. Like, every line he's giving is amazing. I absolutely adore him in the movie. I wish he was in the sequel. I would watch it then, chat, if he was in the sequel, but sadly he's not. They recasted him. So I would give it, it's a straight rental. It's a straight rental, chat. That's what I would give G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Marlo's toned down compared to his parodies. That's true. He is toned down. You're not wrong. But they still got him doing the whole thing, step and fetch and all that. He's the John Travolta of this movie. He is the John Travolta of this movie. He's the Nicolas Cage. He was Zodiac. That's what I'd say. He's very much Nicolas Cage in this film. Witness. Oh God, Jesus, witness me. Go versus Fish. Thank you so much for the raid. It was so kind of you. Thank you. Oh, what were you doing? What were you playing? This is basically my Independence Day. I can see that, man. There's a charm to it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the review for G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. Maybe I'll do Retaliation someday, chat. Maybe I gotta do that. I'm GOAT, by the way. I'm always GOAT. And when GOAT versus Fish, chat, I am GOAT.